Hey guys, this is UBR Tech back with another video. Today's video is going to be how to disassemble and clean the magazines for Springfield Hellcat. Before I get started, I'd like to give a big thanks to Gun Prime. This video would not be possible without Gun Prime. So go in the description, click on the link, and subscribe to their channel. Now let's get back to the video. I have two different versions of the magazines that they have. They have the 13 rounder and they also have the 10 rounder. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to disassemble them both. I'm only going to show you how to clean one of them just to save time. Let's go over some of the stuff you're going to need to do this. So you're going to need paper towel like this, the kind that doesn't leave any lint behind. These are just like industrial paper towels you would see in like a mechanic's shop. And what I do is I cut them in pieces like this to make it easier to get into the magazines. Also, you're going to need some type of CLP. Just make sure you're using something that is a cleaner and a lubricant, and you should be good. The next thing you'll need is some type of cleaning tool like this, preferably plastic, because a lot of the parts that we're dealing with are plastic and you don't want to mar anything up. That's the reason why I use plastic one. Let's start with this one first. You have this hole right here. We're going to take our tool and we're going to put it into this hole right here, and we're going to see this black plate pop out, just like that. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to push the tool down further and compress the spring that's in here. And then after it's compressed, we're going to take our thumb and we're going to put it against the bottom plate like this, and then we're going to push this way once the spring is compressed. So it's going to look something like this. So we're going to compress the spring, push forward with our thumb, just like that. We're going to keep our thumb on that plate because you don't want that spring to come flying out. So put this aside. Take out the spring, just like that. Then you can tap out the little plastic piece and you have disassembled the magazine for your Hellcat. So at this point, you don't have to take the bottom plate off. You can keep it the way it is. So looking at this spring here, you could tell that it's this Hellcat's fairly new and there's no fouling or anything like that. But if your spring was really dirty, what you would do is you would wipe it down with one of these pieces of paper towel, and then once you're done that, if it's extremely dirty, what I do is I take some of the CLP, I rub it on my fingers, and I rub it all over the spring, and then I let this sit, and then I take care of the inside of the magazine. So this way the CLP is taking off some of the hard to remove fouling. But since we don't have that situation, what we're going to do is we're going to do our normal cleaning. So we take our paper towel and we rub all parts of the spring just like that all the way down till you get to the black plate right here. And then what I do is I would take the paper towel and just wipe off the black plate just like that, and then take the bottom plate and just wipe the inside of that down. Put that aside, take the top part, the plastic piece, and wipe that down, just like that, and wipe the inside. Next, I'll take the piece of paper towel, fold it up, and then I'll insert it into the magazine. And then I'll use my finger, and I'll just go up and down on all sides to clean out the inside of the magazine. Then you could take the same paper towel, put it in this side, and pretty much clean the top part like that. And then you could take the same paper towel and just wipe the outside like that. Once that's done, I usually take a little bit of the CLP, put it on my fingers, just a nice little light coating. And then what I do is I just put a nice light coating on the entire spring. Then you can take another paper towel if you've put too much on and just dab it down like this. Don't rub, just dab it to take off like excess CLP on there. So now, once that's done, I put everything back together. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the little plastic piece, right, and we're going to put this in to the magazine. So keep in mind that this flat part right here will go to the rear of the magazine, just like this. Okay, see the flat part? And it'll go in just like that. Then what we'll do is we'll take this part of the spring and we'll make sure that it's in the front of the magazine. Where the numbers are and the holes, that's the back. And then this is the front. So we're going to put it in just like that. As you can see, the black plate, the part that sticks up, is to the rear of the magazine. Now that we have the spring in, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to compress the spring down and then put on the bottom plate. Before we do that, I have to show you how the bottom plate will go onto the magazine. As you can see, there's these two lips here and here. Those will be inserted to the opening over here and there. So what we have to do is we have to put the spring in just like that, and we're going to compress the spring all the way down, hold it with this thumb, and then we'll take our plate and we'll slide it on into those areas. Before we compress the spring, this part of the black plate will go on the outside of the magazine, not on the inside. So it's going to look something like this. So we're going to compress it down. The black plate will be on the outside, just like that. Hold it with this thumb. We're going to take our bottom plate and we're going to put the lip onto where the spring is, where that black plate is. We're going to push down and then we're going to push this way. And as you can see, that silver lip right here has gone into that area of the bottom plate. And we're going to start sliding this over, just like that. Now, you'll notice that the black plate is still higher than it was prior to us taking this apart. We're going to have to take our finger and we're going to have to push on this black plate and it should pop into place, just like that. Now everything's back where it should be. And the magazine is functioning properly. So what I'll do is I'll show you how to disassemble this magazine, but I just won't show you how to clean it. This one is going to disassemble slightly different than this magazine. You can see there's this little hole over there. Take your tool, put it into the hole, and you're going to push down and compress the spring again, putting your thumb on the back of this bottom plate, and then you're going to push forward this way. So again, putting this into the hole, just like that. You're going to compress down, sliding forward with your thumb. Again, same thing, you want to make sure that your thumb stays over the spring so it doesn't fly out. And then we're going to slowly take this part off, and this comes on out just like that. And it's the same exact thing. Push this down, this little piece pops out, and that's it. We have disassembled the second magazine. Putting it back together, same as the other. This flat piece will go to the rear of the magazine, just like this. Pop that in there, like that. This part of the spring will go to the front, just like this. Same thing with this magazine as we did for this magazine. This silver lip over here and here are going to get inserted to here and here of the bottom plate. So we're going to take the spring, we're going to compress it down just like that. Take the bottom plate, push on top of the spring just like that, and then push downward and then push that way. And so we're going to keep our thumb over here to keep the spring in place while we're pushing the bottom plate all the way to the rear, just like this. And that is it. Everything's back together. So you have successfully disassembled, cleaned, and reassembled your magazines for the Springfield Hellcat. So I want to give a big thanks again to Gun Prime for sending out the Hellcat. This video would not be possible without them. Guys, if you thought this video was helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Every subscriber helps. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one.